Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Harry Brailsford from SMB Nation, and I'm still at the Interface Show in Bellevue, Washington, just before the major holidays. So for me, it's certainly the last show of the year, and I'm with Jeff Graves. Sir, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me.
Glad to be here.
You're my obligatory attendee, so when I cover a show, I always like to talk to one attendee who's walking the floor, maybe popping into lectures and so on, but you know, the funny thing is, it's the end of the year. I don't really want to talk about the show. I want to talk about what do you do for a living, because it was very interesting, and maybe I'll ask some questions about the security field. So what is your story, sir?
Sure. I've worked as a penetration tester for about 9 years. Security audits, basically.
Yeah.
So basically what my job has been in the past is testing security to make sure that no one can get in. And I show methods for how to get in. Typically, I come in, I find a way into your business. We've signed paperwork at this point, but find a way into the business, and then basically set you up with, this is how we got in, and this is how you can secure yourself, and partner you with a vendor. And actually, it's convenient. There's a lot of vendors here to, get to know which one's a good vendor.
Yeah. And we were talking off camera, but you're making a living, you're making payroll, hopefully a little extra money to go do some holiday shopping.
Yeah.
And so you have a couple niches. One of them was over in the Linux community. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So talk to me about that. What's that look like? We're biased with Microsoft solutions like 365.
Well, as far as Linux, I worked as a Linux administrator for a while. So one of the big things in the Linux community is open source. So I got really big into the open source movement. I've produced quite a bit of my own code and put it out there for others to use.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because within that, it has given me a career that is unique. It gives me a special niche. So there's a lot of guys doing Windows, a lot of guys on the Mac side, but in the Linux world, there's not a whole lot in the server end of things.
Yeah.
So, and then having that little security thing really gives me an edge also.
And you're not just restricted to the Seattle area. I believe you told me you're going to Washington, D.C., so you travel, you have clients at various locations. And so what's that look like? Would you go to a client in Omaha, Nebraska or something and maybe spend a few days or a week with them?
Well, I do a lot of consulting outside of just doing the pen testing. So anything from creating an operating system on the back end, doing a lot of kernel modifications, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the big thing with it is I get out there, I do my contract work, and to some degree, a bit of a computer mercenary when it comes on the legal side.
Yeah.
I work for a lot of different companies. A lot of products I can't talk about, but there's a lot of cool things coming out.
Security guys, you're the toughest interviews because it's like, well, I can't talk about that. It's all right, I understand, no problem. And then maybe I'll go against what I said when we started, but I'll wrap on this. How'd you like the show?
I like it. A lot of good vendors. A lot of common ground between a lot of products right now.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, yeah.
But then again, that's the way everything is going. Everything's going to be, everything is cloud-based. Everything is, talking about AI. Those are the two buzzwords right now in this field.
Yeah.
But there's a reason for that because they make sense.
Yeah.
So
hopefully.
I'm actually doing work with a company called IOXO Cloud, and that's what they're really working on is unique ways, and I think you'll see more of them coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. So. Well, I'll let you go and go grab some more Chotskis and toys out on the floor. But happy holidays, Jeff. Thanks for your time.
No problem.